everybody, my name is Dami and you're very much welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a great opportunity to have a sit down with the owner of Ripples Print and Urban Caledonia, and she just shared some of her stories, how she started, relationship tips, friendship, there's a whole lot in there.
Fresh at 20-year-old, I wanted to get married. I want a house, man. Chill, take your time. 3 weeks we had a call from RGU and they had an event. Start your school.
Yeah.
University of Aberdeen is like there. But I think education is still quite key, in my opinion.
So would you go back to school now?
Yeah. I have to do what's now.
We're just mostly going to be chatting.
Yeah.
And talking about, your journey and stuff.
Hopefully.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Who are you? Who's Ola?
Okay. That's a big question. Well, my name is Ola and I am married and I have 3 kids, a girl and 2 boys.
The perfect combo.
Absolutely. And my background is law, so I'm a trained lawyer and I did my master's in international commercial law and I liked it a lot, but what I do now I love. I'm a business owner and I own Ripples Custom Designs and Prints, where we help to build brand recognition through the creation of quality and yet affordable bespoke products. So we do your printing, embroidery, and all of those things, workwear and all that. And I also own Urban Caledonia. Urban Caledonia.
Guys, can you see? That's 2 businesses. I mean, Ripples Print and Urban Caledonia.
Urban Caledonia is a Scottish clothing brand where we try to promote Scottishness, really, and we use quirky depictions of different Scottish icons, mainly for the children garments, and we're just introducing our adult range as well. So yeah, that's who I am.
Yeah. So going back to the start, you studied law. Why law? What made you do law?
Well, my father is a lawyer.
Oh.
My big sister is a lawyer, so
it runs in the family.
Yeah, it does. And back home, African home, where you can either be a lawyer, engineer, or doctor, pretty much. That was one of the things, and also because I just love mystery. I love finding out the root of everything. Why is that way? Why was it done this way? And I was quite an inquisitive child growing up, so I think it kind of fit into the kind of personality that I had.
Now, when you now started your business, that influenced that, or?
Well, like I would say, your background and everything you've been through, what you studied, where you're at, your friends, everything influences your kind of decisions in life, really. So I would say that has influenced what I'm doing now, because law teaches you to be very thorough. It teaches you that there are different shades of a particular color. It's not just black, there's off black, there's off white, there's, you have to be thorough and make sure everything you do is exact, because in law, where sometimes you're dealing with people's lives, you're dealing with people's futures that you have to make decisions about. So you need to be very, very exact to the closest possible way that you can be. So what I do, you need to be very thorough, because obviously in my field there are a lot of mistakes that could be made on garments, on designs, on all of that. But being thorough helps you to do better. So yeah.
So let's go back to the start. Your background, how has that influenced you as a person? You grew up in Nigeria, didn't you?
Yes, I grew up here. I was born in Nigeria and I grew up in Nigeria. I moved to the UK when I was about 22, I think. About that. About that. Africans, Nigerians, we're very driven. And we are very intellectual. So we're go-getters, that's the thing. And also, I grew up in that period where women are just, getting sane, and, that's your time to prove that, yes, I can also do what a guy can do, and I can also make something out of my life. I don't have to depend on maybe whoever I'm around or my husband or something like that. So all that, was what was going on around me when I was growing up, and I think that has kind of influenced my person and the decisions I make. My family, immediate family also influenced me. My parents, my dad is also kind of a driven go-getter, and like I said, he's a lawyer as well. So he writes so well. He's an orator, that kind of thing. So you just want to, I want to be like that. I want to, that kind of stuff. And also, I'm a preacher kid. My dad is a pastor as well. So
okay.
So that kind of excellent spirit that you always want to be the best in whatever you're doing and all that.
Okay, that's good. So would you change anything? Growing up, yeah. If we were to
growing up, I wouldn't think I would change much because there were great times. There were really tough times as well, and I think the tough times also helped to form who I am, to show that I've gone through some things I don't want my kids to. Or probably maybe more exposure if I knew what I know now, or maybe what the younger folk are exposed to now. Oh my gosh, I probably
done a lot more.
I've done a lot more. So I think maybe just that.
Because you always say educate yourself and read about things. So
yeah,
is that what you mean? Just learn more.
Yeah, you have to learn more. But I mean, in Nigeria, I come from a home where we're quite okay, very very okay. So I went to school. I went to good schools and all that.
Yeah.
But still, we didn't have as much exposure as there is right now. Then obviously right now is social media era. So there's so much that you could just pick up, and you can literally teach yourself a particular trade or something if you're committed to it, and you do it well. So if I had that exposure, I think growing up, that would have been really good.
And would you say now how most people that start a business, especially I think on YouTube, they tend to either drop out of school and to focus on their business and whatnot. What would do you think that it's vital if your child said they wanted to start a business now today and they were like, I'm dropping out of school?
It all depends, doesn't it?
Because I think all these youth these days, we're trying to be more business minded and entrepreneurial minded, and most people think that
being an entrepreneur is not easy as you think. I'll just start something, I'll just start blogging, you can even tell blogging and doing all that, it's a lot of work as well, and it's a lot of skill, which I think would kind of make you put you a little bit up there. There's some businesses or some trades that maybe you wouldn't need as much skill, but I think even the people skills that you get, because growing up in school, uni and all, you meet all kinds of people. In a way, you kind of learn people management as well, because you meet the good ones, the crazy ones, so there's a lot that school teaches you, not just your actual course. Well, some people go to school and course and that's it, but when I was growing up, I did everything. I had friends, I went out, I explored and things like that. So I think all that kind of forms your person and who you are. Education is still quite key, in my opinion.
So would you go back to school now? Yeah.
Afterwards now. The thing is, every day you keep learning.
Every day, so it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be go back to school. Okay, I'm going to do a 5-year course or something.
Yeah.
Probably, I will always want to keep learning, even about my trade, what's trending in the printing world, and do short courses and do things in decoration, and there's so many things that you can learn. So that in that way, I will keep learning. But school, like a uni, a 5-year course. No.
Okay, so now going back to the business aspect of it, you have 2 businesses. You're a businesswoman. How were they born? So, was it out of passion, or was it just
Well, I started Ripples first, which is the printing and embroidery side of things. And how did I start? Okay, I had my first baby, and then I had her in the States. They sell all sorts of hair bows and beautiful things, so I literally bought a whole hand luggage of it. So when I came back with her, I was on maternity leave for about 9 months, and out of just curiosity, you pick up the hair bow, you're like, I wonder how they put this together. I wonder, and it was just that curiosity that got me, and sometimes I pull it apart, and I try to get it back together. So that's how I started doing it. I'm like, okay, I can make that. I can do that. I started buying products. I started buying things, ribbons and clips and glues and stuff. And they, I want that. I want one. So it was kind of like, okay, then I'll make it for you for £1 or something, and people were happy to pay. So that's kind of how I started. So I was in my full-time job then. After maternity, I went back to full-time work, but I was still doing it as a part-time role. And then so that I started with the airballs, and I started making tutus, and then I went to, okay, let's match it. I'd have a t-shirt with a tutu and a hairball and stuff. So that's how I kind of grew into it. So it wasn't like I knew t-shirt, that's it, and no.
And these were skills that you had built up in the past.
Yes,
before
kind of, yeah.
To develop.
So I just thought, I just have interest in it, nothing, no biggie. But then it turned into.
So you didn't plan to monetize it at the start of it?
No,
not at all.
Not at all.
Because when people, I suppose if everybody's looking for money these days, but people start off with like, I want to earn money. Which
is fine, I think, because. How Ripple started, obviously we're at a better place now, because there are some things I just started with, okay, I'll just take any amount, and sometimes one airball would take me about over an hour, an hour and a half, and I'm selling this thing for £1.
And
so like at a point I'm like, is it worth it? So
and Ripples was first, so how did Urban come in?
So I've always known that as Ripples was growing, I've always known that I wanted something really where I could just have a brand with different words and stuff.
Okay.
But you have this idea, but you don't know how it's gonna happen.
Carry out. Okay.
So I was approached by the previous owner for Urban, and she wanted to sell because we were relocating to Houston, and she was like, I have this business and I really want to pass it on to someone I know can really grow the brand. And so I think that was what hit me at first. Number one, it was up my street because I'm looking for a brand that I can build. So this kind of had a bit of, it had some kind of bones that I could just was just a matter of me putting the flesh on. So because she was just about a year then, so not much. It had not grown so much. But yes, she had put in a lot of work and passion into it. So then she told me, and then the second bit was I felt a bit, she believes that I can grow it. So that was good, a good feeling for me. So it was kind of like a no-brainer. I'm like, I'll just go for it. And so I did a bit of research. I, obviously did my math and I just went for it.
And that's it. So you said you were like a preacher's kid. Did you have to like pray about it before? Or did you just go with the flow?
Oh yes, I did. I prayed about it. I spoke to my pastor about it as well, and I have stakeholders as well. I would say directors in my business. So which is my husband and my friend. So we literally make all the decisions together. So I obviously put it to them for their consideration as well, and everyone kind of came back saying that's fine. And we had kind of like the peace of God about it, and we felt I think we can do this.
He's mentioning like your husband and your friends. So do you feel like your support system is very vital in?
You cannot do anything without support. To be honest, I am who I am because of God and because of the people God has placed around me now. My husband is goals. Goals. So the support is amazing. And then I've got friends who not only are my friends for let's go out or let's this, they tell their truth, no, you're not doing this right, or you can do this, you can, even my friend, like I said, she's on my board as well. A lot of times she brings business in, so it's not just talk, and she's like, I spoke to these people and this company are willing to speak to you, and blah, blah, blah. And before you know it, I'm like, wow,
I got the job, make things happen,
so I just thought, this is just the truth right there. So and I have friends who are not here, they're probably away, in another country, that I know I can always call and like, I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, go for it, or don't go for it, and all that.
And how do you develop that support system? Is it something that you had to invest in, like time-wise, or is it something that just gradually, became what it is?
Well, everything is time.
Everything is time.
Support system, like I said, their family and close people, is investing relationships, is building relationships. Obviously, my husband, that's really relationship built there, and then we got married, obviously. And then for friendship, it's there's a lot of time that
Yeah.
goes into it. It's a consciousness
Yeah.
to have good friends and good people around you.
Yeah.
It's not just take,
Let
take,
it
take, or
by,
give, give, give.
yeah.
It's a two-way street where people that you know you can rely on, you can trust. I trust with my children, I trust with my family, people that can pray with me, people that we cry together, oh my God, and people that we really have a good laugh. And so it's, yeah, you invest time into building such relationships.
Yeah.
Sometimes at the beginning or initially you don't know where
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
going. So it just, what I'm trying to say is the investing of time has to be genuine, you know,
Okay, not
and
forced.
not because
Yeah.
oh I think this would be good for my business or
Yeah,
whatever,
right,
you know, so.
right. You know, and we may not put as much effort into building the relationship. And I think, like you said, if you're putting conscious effort into building a relationship, then that's when it to flourish, because it's just gonna be there. You don't want it to just be there.
Absolutely. I think it's also looking at your strengths, your, you know, the strength of the friendship, because there's some things I would know how to do, there's some things you would be good at and all that. One of my friends, I literally call up every morning on my way to work, and we chat, have you gotten the kids ready, blah blah blah, and we chatting. But that I do that because I go to work early anyway, and then there's some things she does for me and I'm like, how I can't.
Yeah.
I just, you know, everyone has their strength and we just build on each other's strengths. You know, that, it didn't start that way. You know, there'll be fights, there'll be this, so that you then she's good at this, I'm good at that. You know? So yeah, it's before I can say there is a friendship, it involves time. Apart from that, you're just acquaintance.
Yeah,
you know,
because in this like social media day and age where there's like, you know, always messaging and stuff, especially me, I think I'm very guilty of this, like communication wise, I could just communicate over the phone and just leave it there, you know. But like you said, like I don't think, if you want to, especially for the future, do you feel like all your friends now or like from back in the day?
Yeah.
Or really?
I have quite a lot of friends from back in the day, a lot of friends in Nigeria.
Before
as well.
the whole business
Yeah,
thing.
in my uni days we were 10.
Wow.
They used to call us the 10 laws. Yeah, so it's amazing. Obviously within the 10 there would be people that are closer than each other, but overall we're still kind of like tight, you know. Yeah, everything is effort, isn't it? Even relationship with God is also effort as well.
True.
So there's a level of consciousness that goes into it.
So that support system has helped you definitely through thick and thin, should I
It's
say?
helped me, especially my home front, my husband, and you know, the kids as well. They're quite supportive of what I do, and I probably might not have been able to achieve this much if it wasn't for my husband, to be honest, because he's so comfortable and confident in everything I'm doing. He wants me to keep it. As a matter of fact, I think it drives me. I'm like, slow down. I beg. You know, it drives me. You can do this. Why don't you do that? And then, he's my critic, and as well, that's not right. You can do better. Your customer service, your blah blah blah, your blah blah blah. And you know, there are times where I need to work away from home. I need to work long hours and things like that. But he's there, you know, helping out with the kids as well. So it's kind of like that has really helped, because some of the struggles that especially women can get is obviously kids and family, and you know, you need to balance that. Say you want to go for a meeting that might be running to about 7 p.m. and the husband say, excuse me, you know, that kind of thing. But if you have someone who can, you know, help out, I mean, he's busy as well, but we kind of work it out within our timing. So.
And when you are, let's say, dating with intention, you're looking out for things like people, like a person that would, you know, support you. Like,
those are kind of one of the qualities. Not necessarily someone that would drive me, but someone that is driven for himself. Because if he's driven for himself, then if he's got goals, if he has, if he's ambitious, if you know, then offering it to people wouldn't be too hard, you know. So like I tell the younger folk, like my sisters, I know there are, when you know, if for relationship, i.e. that would lead to marriage, there would be your negotiables, there would be your non-negotiables. So you would have the things that are in your negotiable bubble, and you have things that are in your non-negotiable bubble. So non-negotiable are things like might be able to do with or without and all that. For me, my negotiable, I don't know what I'm saying. My negotiable was you know, if it's there, fine. If it's not, you know,
okay.
My non-negotiables were it has to be a Christian, proper Christian, you know, so that we speak the same language.
Yeah,
that was non-negotiable for me. It has to be intelligent. Excuse me. I need an intelligent fellow.
Yeah,
because of my children.
My children have to be smart.
Yeah. So that was for me. Not necessarily maybe. Well, he's a doctor, but not necessarily someone who's
that's
you know. What I'm saying is, you know, if he's intelligent in you know how he talks, how he interacts,
so not just like academic
conversations, not just
yeah.
academic, you know, conversations we're having and all that, you know. So someone I could also learn from. It had to be tall. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Although it was a bit, but he had to be at least taller than me. That was what makes them. If you get those things, it makes you happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it? You will still be happy even if it's not so tall. But you know that's just so you would have that not negotiable and non-negotiable.
Yeah. What's like the most challenging times that you might have had like between your business in your business life, your entrepreneurial life? So
in my entrepreneurial life,
yes.
As in within the business?
Yes. It can be any of them. Just
I think visibility was one thing, you know, wanting to be seen and to be known and respected for the field I am in. It was hard trying to break into the market, into you know, the Scottish market, into people taking you seriously. Like, okay, she's the real deal. She's here for real. It's not just, you know, obviously there's some people that would just out of hobby, I feel like doing this, and then if it's not working, that's it, done, you know. So a lot of people wouldn't want to invest or wouldn't want to give their time to such businesses. So you had to prove yourself. I had to prove myself over and over again, not just to the business world but also to family as well, because part of when we're talking about support system, the support system became really good and supportive because they could see that, okay, I think she's making something she wants to. Because I remember my hobby, you know, my husband was like, oh yeah, maybe this is a hobby for you, but it's not a hobby. I really want to do this. So it was like, okay, let's go. So that's one of the challenging things, you know, trying to be seen and proving yourself that I deserve that space.
Talking about expanding, do you feel like in a business, or let me not even say business, but do you feel like it's important to think outside the box in terms of how much you want to grow? Because, you know, you could have stayed in Aberdeen and just remained in Aberdeen and become Ripple's Sprint of Aberdeen. But how important do you feel like, you know, it is for you to widen your horizon?
Well, at the end of the day, it all depends on the person and it depends on your business model. It depends on where you see yourself. Now, some people would have Ripples and they're fine. It's in Aberdeen. Quite a lot of people know us in Aberdeen. We're doing all right, not bad. But that's not enough for me. You know, I want to grow. I want to build something good here that I can retire from and probably still pay me even, and hopefully maybe the kids would, you know, take over. So that's the kind of thing I want. It's a family business. I'm building. So that's the plan.
So you have a big goal that you're, and you feel like
it's big.
And you feel like if you have that goal, it's easier for you to get through difficult times.
Well, I think at the end of the day, passion as well and your commitments kind of keeps you going. So having a goal, there is the big goal, but you need to break it into chunks of smaller goals, achievable goals, so that you can, you know, move.
Take one step.
That check, next step. Check, that's next step and all. So I think the bigger picture keeps you going. When you have the bigger picture, you know, the smaller issues are easier to deal with.
Come to, I'm guessing, like, back when you started, did you have to push yourself out there in terms of, hey, I'm Bessie, this is what I do?
Oh, yeah. And, I went to networking events. I was pretty much at almost every single networking event that was relevant to my business. At the time, it was just for people to know that, okay, this is Ola and Ola owns Ripples. And I think there was a time when I went for an event, someone said, oh, I saw you at this and I saw you at that. I'm like, yeah, I'm at the
everywhere.
event, I'm everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
So it's more of that. You need to be consistent. Sometimes it's hard going. I've had to sometimes put the kids with someone that would help. Please, can you watch them? I have this place I need to be. 2 hours, I'll be back. You know, it was really hard going, but it was a sacrifice we had to make.
Yeah.
It's more of speaking with confidence. There is just, you cannot hide it. People know when people know stuff. Like, she knows what she's saying. But at the end of the day, remember, you're the expert in that field. They don't know.
Right. Okay.
So it's how you present it. You know, like, I'm Ola and I own Ripple's Custom Designs and Prints. We help to build brand recognition through creation of. Now I'm saying this because that's one of the lines I use on my business group. I say it over and over again. So if I'm sleeping, if you wake me up, I can say that. Yeah. So it's that confidence that, and then maybe someone is asking a question that, okay, so I'm trying to print on polyester garments, blah blah blah. Oh well, for polyester garments there are types of prints that you can do it. For direct to garment printing, you cannot use polyester garment. It's only cotton. So even saying that alone, people are like, oh at least she kind of knows.
Yeah, and it goes back to you learning about your business.
You need to know your stuff.
Yeah,
you just need to know your guns. You know,
talking anyhow.
Yeah.
And what's like the best thing then about being a business owner compared to if you were, would you go back to 9 to 5 like typical? No. So what's the beauty of this?
It has its hard bits. Yeah. Probably more hard bits than great bits. I think the beauty of the whole thing is the fact that I have watched it grow. I think the way people see me is different from the way I see myself. People will go see me, oh Ola, you have this business, you're doing so well. And I look at myself, I'm like, you know, I'm always in awe of what God has done, and because I remember how it all started. I remember vividly the beginning, and you know, watching it grow gives me so much joy. You know, like, okay, I can do this, you know, like,
and just, I
can go for it. And I think that's one of the beauty. And another one is when customers give feedback, it makes me so happy, especially when, oh, thank you so much. Or maybe, you know, because apart from the fact that yes, we do prints, we do embroidery and all that, we solve problems. Really. Because yes, a lot of people do what we do. What we do is not unique. It's how we do it that is unique. You know? So our turnaround times are quite quick. So people are saying, oh, maybe I've been let down by blah blah blah. I think the last 2-3 weeks we had a call from RGU and they had an event. At the school. University of Aberdeen is like Anyway, so we had a call from RGU and they had an event with I don't know. But they needed quite a lot of shopper bags, like tote bags, and the supplier let them down, and you know, they said, oh, so we don't know if you could do it. And we had just a window of about 5 days or 6 working days, you know, and we could turn that around. Now that's good. We got paid for that, but the point is we solved that problem for them. So, you know, she was like, oh, you have no clue how you saved us. So it's not just about the print anymore, and it's not just about the payment. It's about the feeling you give or you leave with the clients. There's sometimes we've made mistakes, and we're not perfect at all, but we have actually made mistakes, you know. But it's about rectifying that and, you know, keeping the relationship going.
So would you feel like you'd have started earlier or later? Or
I think
I change anything about.
I think I started at God's time. I started at the right time. It couldn't have been perfect.
Sprinkle on that.
But the business had been on for about 8 years, so it was hard then. But I think because when I got pregnant for my third, it wasn't what we planned at the time, but it happened, right? So I think that was what drove me to say, you know what? Now this has happened. I have to make this work. It has to work. There's no plan B. You know, because if I'm leaving my job, I'm doing this because there was no point. Childcare and all that. It's like, I'm leaving my 9 to 5. Then this has to work. Now, everyone can say that. It doesn't mean it will happen. So that's why I said that it's a God factor in there that has just kind of backed me up strongly. You know,
and do you feel like your children are like a big motivation?
Absolutely. They are.
If you're watching this.
And sometimes my daughter, mommy, you're not home. I do this for you. You know, but
what would you say to your 20-year-old self?
just relax, chill, no pressure. Yeah, just chill and trust the process.
Yeah. And what's the best advice you've been given? Do you have one
that I have been given?
Yeah.
Know who you're with and then build your expectations around them. So you need to know the person first before you then build your expectations, because you have a tendency to just say, Dami does all this, so I expect you to do.
Yeah.
You might do, but you might be shy.
Yeah.
You might do, but you know. So if you know the person you're with, i.e. relationship, husband or friendship or whatever, when you know the person, then you can build your expectations. So what I will expect from you is different from what I will expect from them,
because you know,
because I know you.
Yeah. And it goes back to, like you said, investing time in your relationship.
Yeah,
because that's the only way.
And my big sister told me that, and that
Shout
really
out.
helped in my mind. Shout out to you, Adeola.
Do you think that's it?
I know that's it.
So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sure I've learned something, for sure.
Hopefully.
Did you learn anything? I was just saying.
Yeah, I did.
And please follow, like, and you know what to do, and reach out to her to do your prints, because Ripple's prints and Over Caledonia are
on point.
on point. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll
you.
see you in my next video. Bye.